Every year, I get messages into the hotel inspector inbox.
Oh, my God.
But this year, there are unprecedented numbers.
I feel like I'm going to my doom.
From businesses of all sorts up and down the land.
Don't put this on telly, whatever you do.
People are more desperate than they've ever been before.
We want to stay, we don't want to go.
Spiralling costs.
I'm now paying £139 daily.
Staff shortages.
Don't start breaking my kitchen.
She's pushing me to the edge.
Impossible guests. If you give budget accommodation, you get budget people.
This is why we're not making any money, Mark.
These businesses are telling me that they're facing imminent closure. If you're not making money, what's the bloody point? Everything from hotels and B&Bs.
I mean, what is going on here? It's just mad.
To tourist attractions.
Dinner laid for 4. The Mammoth Tusk.
And wedding venues.
The wedding of your dreams, madam.
That for many of these businesses, it's just too late. Life isn't kind to us lot in this industry. It's a really terrifying situation to be in.
I'd hate to rob you of 2 testicles.
But there are some that still have some hope. I don't want to keep telling you the same things, because I think that's just stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
This time,
Oh, my God. What on earth is all this stuff?
a family business stuck in a rut.
I don't feel like a businesswoman. Well, that's because you're not.
Run by 2 sisters. Can I say something without being rude? You seem pretty clueless about the kind of nuts and bolts of how you make money. On the verge of losing it all.
So put your big girl pants on, pick up the phone and start playing hardball with people. Good afternoon, Fraser's Guest House.
For the last 5 years, single mum of 3, Georgie, has owned and managed Frazer's guest house and tea rooms.
Enjoy. Thank you. So we've got 6 rooms here at the guest house. We've got 4 in the main house, 2 in the garden.
As well as an events company which she runs from a marquee at the end of the garden.
Funny when you check people and they're going, oh, we're going to a wedding here in a marquee, and I go, oh, that one. And they're like, oh, that's a nice stumble home later, isn't it?
All of which are located within the grounds of her family's antiques business, established in the early 1970s by Georgie's grandmother, Sheila.
Our nan sadly passed away last summer. And look, you can get sad about it, or you can think like how lovely that she did create it and that we're lucky enough to like continue it. It definitely means more than just a job here as well anyway, because like Battlesbridge was our playground when we were little. It just feels like our safe place.
The antique centre is now run by her dad, Jim, but running the guest house, tea room and marquee are Georgie's sole responsibility.
I have like these quarterly breakdowns and then I just go, it's all too much, I can't do it, I can't do it. All right, well, have a nice day. See you later. Bye. Thank you.
And after 5 years struggling to make her side of the business profitable, Georgie's time is running out.
And a contact number, please. I don't want to give it up, but equally, you can't keep going at a loss. So there's been times when we've not been able to afford certain bills. I actually get into a stage where I can't afford to put diesel in the car.
Unable to afford staff, she is burdened with everything from cleaning rooms.
There's no like shut off, so you're invested in it 24/7, 365 days a year. Bye.
To managing the books.
I can pull up reports on how many people have stayed for the month and what's come in, but I'm clueless on what's gone out. So if you were going to ask me how much I made last month, my answer right now is I have no idea. If I don't start getting a handle on the financial side of it, then I'm just going to run the business into the ground. This is ridiculous. I never cry.
With time running out, there is one glimmer of hope. Sister Frankie has given up her job in telecommunications to help save her family's business.
Like that way and roll
And then
that
roll
way.
that way, yeah. I think sometimes you forget what sister bonds can be, and when you're close and you have each other's back, I do get excited to think that coming to work won't be so lonely. Can you just do that? I'll come back for it in a minute. And then put a lot of effort into this. Our dad's put a lot of effort into it, and we want to put a lot of effort into it. Like, we want to do Nan proud and Dad proud.
The sisters now have one last chance to try and make things work.
We've got two options now. We either go for it, or the other option is I'm done.
Before their family legacy slips away for good.
It would mean the world for this to just be an all-round, complete, successful business.
I suppose you'd feel like you'd done the Galley family proud.
I'm just hoping that my help hasn't arrived too late.
I am in this extraordinarily pretty village, Battlesbridge, and here to visit a lady who has a guest house, a tea room, and apparently a marquee for events. Now, events can be very profitable if run properly, but I hear that this family business is having some problems. However, if they've managed to keep going through these very difficult years that we've just passed, there must be some way of saving them.
So what room have you put Alex in?
Cedar.
Okay.
So it's one of the smaller rooms.
Well, immediately, what it appears to me is that this is a very charming building. I would be pleased if I turned up here to stay. There's nothing to scream failure here. So, how bad can it be? Famous last words.
Hi. Are you okay?
I'm
Lovely
Alex.
to meet you, Alex. I'm Georgie.
Nice to meet you, I'm Frankie.
So, catch me up to speed. Why am I here?
We've just got to a stage now. Last winter was very touch and go. We need this summer to be good. Otherwise, I just keep thinking we're just not going to be here next year, really. So,
Okay. So, what is your role here?
Well, I'll be doing breakfast, doing rooms, and also being more at the marquee as well, so we can concentrate and bring that all together.
I think I should go and see my room first. And then if you're happy, I'll have a little snoop around the place. Will you take me up to my room and I'll see you later?
Yeah, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
just this way for you, Alex.
If I'm to help Frankie and Georgie survive another winter, I first need to understand how all the bits of this business are working together. Or, as I suspect, not working together.
So you're in the Cedar room.
Right, thank you very much. So, how much is this usually a night?
So it ranges between 85 and 90.
Okay. Do you know what your occupancy is?
It's not bad.
That is a fudge.
It is, yeah. No, I couldn't tell you definitely.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll move out of the way so you can get out of the door.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so on paper, this room has everything that I would say a room needs, in the sense that it's got 2 bedside tables, there's a chair, there's towels on the bed. Into every life some rain must fall. There's a rather old-fashioned bathroom, but nothing that would make me scream with horror. But it's just tiny.
Although basic, on the face of it, the accommodation doesn't seem to be the problem, so it's on to the tea room.
Knock, knock.
I'm just prepping for some afternoon tea.
So, do you make everything?
Yes.
My gosh, but it takes up quite a lot of your time, I imagine.
Yeah.
How have you priced out the cream tea?
Mainly on just kind of researching what other people in the area kind of charge and...
Right. So, a highly scientific method, then.
Absolutely, completely know what I'm talking about right now. Yeah. I think I've always just thought of my job role here as a hobby.
Yes, but I wouldn't mind you treating it like a hobby if it actually was a hobby, but it's not, because your money is going out. You have to make sure it's coming back.
Definitely.
I just find it really dispiriting that someone can be running a business and have so little effing idea about the figures. It's like playing dollhouse. It's making a pretty tea. It's, making sure that the colours of the cushions match the colour of the curtains. None of that is going to make you money.
What I'm hoping is making the sisters money is the events marquee located at the end of the garden.
Can't quite work this out. I mean, this rusted thing is obviously for sale, $38.95 to you, sir. Rusted dragonfly. There's a kind of fake stuff. It really doesn't hang together. So I'm not sure if this is a showroom or a tea room or a combination, a bastard son of the two, basically. I feel like I'm being led up the garden path.
This space certainly isn't setting the best tone for an event or, heaven forbid, a wedding. As I head deeper, things aren't getting any better.
Oh my God, what on earth is all this stuff? It's a bit more step-turned son than I expected it to be. Oh God, and please don't tell me that's the marquee. This is not a great approach, is it, to a possible wedding venue? The wedding of your dreams, madam. Do go past the dilapidated pink poofs. This has just been happenstance. There hasn't been any planning. My fear is it's taken 3 generations to accrue this much crap. How the hell am I going to clear it out in a few short weeks? Enough to actually give a clear path to success.
I've come to the quaint Essex village of Battlesbridge to rescue a family business on the rocks.
I'm a little bit bored of just plodding along and then equally realising that you do all this business, you work however many hours a week and still can't actually put a roof over your kid's head.
It's just that we've always learned a certain way of just floating when it comes to business. We just need structure.
There you go.
So far, I've discovered Georgie seems to be intent on playing shop rather than running her business properly. So I'm hoping her sister Frankie has more of a clue as to what their plans are for this place.
Oh, hi. Of course it's warm in here.
Yeah, it is very warm in
So,
here.
darling, what do you want this place to be?
I want it to be really busy. I want every weekend in the summer to have an event here.
And how many weddings do you have booked for this year?
We have 3 weddings booked this year.
And what was the average spend on them, do you know?
Altogether, probably about £2,000–3,000.
This is astonishing, not just because they only have 3 weddings booked all year, but once you factor in their costs, I fail to see how the girls can be making any sort of profit with their prices this low.
That is part of why we wanted your help, because I need to start thinking about packages rather than it's very tailor-made at the moment.
So, can I say something without being rude? You both seem very nice, but you don't seem particularly... You seem pretty clueless about the kind of nuts and bolts of how you make money.
Yes.
If you're serious about this business, you're going to have to do is completely change your attitude. You've got to now think, well, we're grown-ups. We think we can make a go of it.
I think everything she said was right, because I knew she wasn't going to walk up here and think it's amazing, because we need a lot of work.
It seems to me that both Georgie and Frankie are not being very realistic about the scale of the problems facing them. And without some kind of hard and fast figures, it's just one person say so. And I don't trust one person say so. Right, let's have a look, young lady. Are you ready for this?
No.
This is clearly not your forte, so I'm expecting you to not be able to answer all the questions.
Good, good, good.
What did you make last year on the B&B? That's a simple one.
Yeah, it should be simple, shouldn't it? I don't know.
You really don't know. You're not faking it.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I know that sounds awful.
That is
doesn't it?
awful.
I actually have no idea.
How on earth have you got away without understanding anything financial in all this time? This is inexcusable at 37.
It is. I agree. And I don't feel like a businesswoman.
That's because you're not.
I think there you go.
No, and I say that with immense affection, but do grow up.
I know.
So how have you managed to stagger on without a clue about any of this stuff?
Well, my husband was doing all of the bookkeeping, he used to be an accountant.
And he is no longer doing that for you?
No, so I'm taking it all on myself now.
What do you pay yourself?
3 to 7 a week.
Gosh, darling, you're living on less than minimum wage, aren't you? How do you support your family on £327 a week?
Not well.
Yeah. So by the time we meet tomorrow,
Yep.
I want you to have that information for me. For this last 12 months, what your occupancy was.
I knew I was going to get grilled for my lack of financial knowledge, and I didn't think I'd get so offended by having to grow up, maybe.
If I could do a runner here, I would. And I've never been tempted to do that before because there's so much here, you can't do everything. You know, should I be helping the event side? Should I be helping the B&B side? Which area do I tackle? I'm feeling rising panic. I mean... They don't seem to understand the basics of how you get money or spend money or, I don't know, run your life like an adult. You know, it makes this a really terrifying proposition. I woke up this morning thinking, I know where I want to get to with this place. The guest house has the potential to be doing really well. I don't want to say no to the tea room, which Georgie obviously adores. And it's silly to have a marquee sitting there empty, so I can't ignore that. It's just what kind of events is it suitable for? So there's still quite a lot to think about.
But before I tackle that,
Hello.
I need to sit down with Georgie to help her understand her finances.
So you've got your figures, but the
Yes.
first question is, were they easy to find?
They weren't too bad.
I mean, I think the thing that jumps out to me straight away is you have half killed yourself working however many hours a week to take 122 grand.
Yep.
And somehow you've managed to spend 120 grand of it, despite paying yourself under the minimum wage.
Yeah.
In the past 12 months, Georgie has managed to spend £120,000 on expenses like food, shopping, rent and energy costs. This means that she's nearly flogged herself to death for below minimum wage and just £2 grand profit. Things can't continue like this, so I'm implementing a plan to make her more money.
So I've done my calculations, so let's work out. You have 6 rooms, gonna call them.
The figures show that currently guest house occupancy is a relatively healthy 64%, but I think we can do better.
And you call them
Stable
stables,
one,
stable one.
So I'm mapping out how much additional revenue Georgie could be making by implementing 2 simple changes.
And I suggest that you always charge double occupancy rates. So that then gives you a bit more profit.
Yep.
If there's only one staying there. It's the cost of the room because the cost of the linen is the same whether one person stays there or 2.
Yep.
Okay? We're going to try and get 70% occupancy.
Yeah.
So you then times by 70% and equals, which would give you £149,000 a year, which is nothing to sniff at.
No, absolutely not.
So considering what you took last year, that would already be an extra 27 grand.
Yes.
I think she's got it so far, and that's given her a clear target to aim for over the next 12 months.
So that is turnover,
Yeah.
which is very different from profit.
Yes.
Then if we calculate all of her outgoings, set some clear budgets,
So let's say you allow yourself a budget of £1,000 a month on the food shopping, which is a hell of a lot of bloody money
Yep.
for a 6-bedroom B&B and a tea room.
then deduct all of her expenses from our new turnover figure,
61,487.
what we end up with is a much healthier bottom line.
Do you think that this is achievable?
Yeah, I do. I think it is. I think was always going to be achievable if I could just understand things, and you've already explained things better than I understood them 2 days ago. So,
Good.
yeah.
That's a solid plan for the guest house laid out. Next, I need to concentrate on the marquee. And I'm hoping a quick call to a local wedding planner can give me a clearer sense of what to do with it.
I would really appreciate your help. to know about what the trends are in this area. So, just to start with, are budget weddings a thing?
Oh, well, definitely at the moment, yes. Especially with the cost of living.
Yeah. So, when you think budget, what kind of sum are you thinking of?
Realistically, anything up to sort of 12 to 15,000 I would class as a budget wedding.
And what do most people spend their money on?
The highest amount is the venue, food and beverage.
OK. Well, you've been absolutely amazing, darling. I'm so grateful for your advice. Thank you again. Bye, bye, bye.
Eye-opening stuff. What has become clear is that at £3,000, the sisters have been massively undercharging. And if a big day is considered budget up to £12,000, I want to find out if we can stay below that and still make a profit.
We need to really think carefully about how they would plot a good, basic, decent wedding for people.
But before we even think about getting brides through the door, I need to make the sisters wake up and see what kind of first impression their garden is making.
So, can I just say, all the disorder...
Yep. Yes.
has got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah? But it isn't a fantastic impression for people, especially as a bride. You want all the bits of your business to hang together.
Yeah.
You want a bride to be staying with you with some of her guests.
Yep.
Yeah.
We want them to have a Friday afternoon tea in your tea room.
Yep.
But then inevitably, they're going to walk this way and be faced with this. And this is not a thing of beauty.
No.
Because I think what is absolutely key is us to think of this as one business.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the guest house and the tea room and the marquee. Let's try and flog all of them together.
I like the idea of that.
So I would be really interested to find out if we couldn't get all this moved.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Hi, John, it's Frankie. Could you please come and help us with the stuff at the back of the garden, please? Yep. Bye.
Right, let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Thankfully, in the blink of an eye, a band of merry helpers have arrived, all keen to help us get shot of the mountain of rubbish.
Should this not be on the metal pile? Shouldn't that be on the metal pile?
The metal pile, yeah.
What's going in there?
Oh, it's been like this for 5-6 years. It's never been this bad, though. Thanks.
This is my favourite bit of, I like clearing, like tidying things up.
OK, Alex?
Yep, absolutely fine.
One wheel on, and we'll turn it round. There we go.
I think this ultimately is incredibly important to the girls' business because I just can't see how I can achieve for them what they want from the marquee without this being done.
In less than an hour, we've turned this from an area that said, I don't, into one that beckons, I do. Although I may have opened the sisters' eyes to how important first impressions are, saving the family legacy is going to take more than tidying up.
OK, well, I'm not going to pretend that this is easy because this is one of the more complicated businesses I've had to try and help. So, first point is continue tidying the place up to make sure that this is looking as nice as it possibly can. The second point is the financial acumen side. I want you to really ruthlessly look at where you think you can squeeze some extra pennies out of the business at every point.
Yep.
The tea room, I'm very happy for you to keep chuntering along, but I'm going to make some rules to you about it.
Yes.
I want you to agree to me that you're not going to take on small groups because it's just not worth your while. I think that you could do it, but have a minimum party of 10.
Finally, we come to the element that's going to play the biggest role in saving this business.
At the moment, the average spend for a wedding is 18 to 20 grand. Now, at the moment, you're getting 3 grand.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting you try and get 7.
Yep.
But if the girls are to charge more, they first need to smarten the place up.
So I'm going to ask Claire, my designer, to
Yep.
come back and work with you two to think about how we can do something that you're really proud of on a budget.
Yeah.
But your part of that is to come up with some packages that you can deliver and make a really good profit on I'd like you to cost out what a £35 a head wedding buffet looks like. What does it include? What would it cost you?
Yep.
But I also think you need to have a list of preferred suppliers. So put your big girl pants on, pick up the phone and start playing hardball with people.
Yep.
OK, good.
Thank you.
In general, I think they really acknowledged that they needed a kick up the backside. Up the backsides. And I know that in the time available, I can only try and have an impact upon a couple of areas, and you want to choose those areas carefully. There's a lot of hard work ahead.
I just pray the sisters are up to the task.
Right, let's paint this. So I don't actually know how easy these plants will be to get out.
It's been a few days since I set sisters Frankie and Georgie 3 challenges to accomplish before I return. Firstly, I instructed them to tidy up the guest house and marquee.
Well, she's going to say, who the hell painted that? It looks crap.
Yeah, if she does say it's rubbish, I'm going to blame it on you.
Secondly, I wanted Georgie to develop her understanding of the finances.
So this is my little Georgie made spreadsheet. It definitely is helping, and it does make it like a little bit more exciting, because now I already feel like I'm a little bit more in control than I was like 2 weeks ago.
And finally, I tasked Frankie with reaching out to local wedding suppliers to start creating some budget packages.
Hello, Gavin speaking. How can I help?
Hiya, it's Frankie from Frazer's Marquee.
Oh, hello, Frankie.
We're going in the right direction because I can't be as relaxed as I was before.
I've also asked my designer Claire to help the girls come up with a new look for the marquee on a budget by making use of items they can requisition from around the antique centre.
Oh, that's potential, because that could be painted.
Mm-hmm.
Should we try that one?
We can take
Yeah, it looks super heavy. The hardest one to get to.
Of course.
Right, we've got a couple of mirrors, so let's go and try them.
How many years bad luck?
Just 7.
A few weeks later, and I'm on my way back to Battlesbridge to check on progress and see if the girls have risen to my challenges.
So, last time I left here, I left Georgie and Frankie with a long list of things to do. I have to admit that I find it hard to think of how I'm going to sell weddings there unless the whole area is given a really good clean. So I'm hoping that they've rolled up their sleeves and they've got on with it, and that I'm going to see an enormous change. Hi, darling.
Hi, Alex. You okay?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Good to
Hi.
meet you.
What have you been up to? What have you done to make my heart glad?
Doing my own little Excel spreadsheet, which is
Well
already
done.
making me realise how much I probably do spend on shopping.
But that's amazing, darling. That's
Yeah.
already a really good
Getting
thing,
there.
and it's useful for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And have you done any work on the wedding packages?
Yes, I have. I've done 3 different types of packages, so
I think we feel a bit more like...
confident.
Yeah.
It sounds like a promising start. Finally, these girls might be starting to take this business seriously. But have they put the same amount of effort into tidying up the garden?
Come on then, show me what you've done. I'm longing to see
Through to the
all
garden.
the fruits of your labours. What wonders have you achieved? Oh, look! Oh, gosh, I'm so pleased. Another half-broken-down chair to add to the half-broken-down collection. How did that get there? So, can I assume that not much has been done here?
No, we haven't actually had that much time to get out here.
We don't have long together, and I want to see real momentum.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep telling you the same things, because I think that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, either this is an asset or it's not, and
Yeah.
at the moment it's not.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Onward.
Thank you.
I just hope they've put more effort into coming up with their packages.
Oi, oi, oi. So you had done a really basic package and then you'd added on...
Yeah, so my most basic is at 5,600. And that includes
Yes.
the marquee hire with
Yeah.
tables and chairs,
Yeah.
The buffet for 4 hours at £30 per head.
The thing is, darling, what I asked you to do was to cost it out.
Yeah.
And that's the missing link here. So go on, go. So there's that. Then
Arrival drinks, Prosecco's, including soft drinks, is £200.
how are you going to do Prosecco for £2 a head? So this is what I'm saying. I want meat on the bones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once again, it feels like the sisters are playing shop without any grasp of the basic numbers.
Should I close it?
Yes, please.
But there's no time for me to wallow in my disappointment. They've had the stick, it's time to try the carrot. If they're to stand any chance at making their wedding business a success and saving their family legacy, I need them to see how the professionals do it.
I'm taking them somewhere where I think they have a really good idea of their identity and what they have to offer, hoping the girls will take some inspiration and also some challenge from this new environment. Right. It's rather nice, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hi. Hello.
I'm Alex. Hello.
I'm Francesca. Welcome to Hutton Hall.
Converted into a wedding venue in 2016, Hutton Hall now handles around 60 big days a year. Although they're a little more upmarket than the sisters' offering, the fundamentals of how to price up a wedding package remain the same.
This is beautiful. Yes.
Wow. I love the trees.
If you were showing someone around, is this what it would look like?
At the very least, we have the linen on the tables. We have our own centerpieces that we display.
Okay.
And we have chairs with chair covers.
Yep.
So we try and give that visual wow factor because couples can't visualise
Yep,
a space
I agree.
until you put it right in front of
Yep.
them. And you're going to sell a wedding far more if the space is set up.
Ours is never dressed, so we're working on that.
I would
but
100% recommend you dress
Yeah.
it because you'll notice such a difference.
Yeah.
And regarding packages, like what sort of packages do you do?
So we offer quite a good variety, mainly because of budget. Not everyone can afford the high-end packages. So we offer a range from afternoon tea packages, twilight packages. In terms of the traditional packages, we offer two. One is called a classic and one is called an essential.
Do you offer accommodation?
We do. So we have a bridal suite
Yeah.
and we have 3 guest rooms as well.
Okay.
And do you include them in the packages or are they extra?
Just the bridal suite.
Can I ask you what does that cost?
Yep, the classic package can go up to about 12,000 for 60 guests.
Can we go and have a look at the garden now?
Absolutely.
After you, please.
Thank you.
I think it's very interesting how they build their packages. It's very interesting what they include and what they don't. I just have to use that new information and make the girls decide on how they're going to sell themselves. Bye, darling.
Bye.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Bye.
That was lovely.
Good.
Yeah.
Back at HQ, I want to sit down with the sisters and deliver the final piece of my plan to launch their new wedding business.
Ideally, for our next visit, I would like you to be really sure about what your packages are. I'm not seeing you again for 5 weeks. I don't want to come back and shout at you.
Okay.
But I think you need to pick up the pace a bit.
Okay.
We've got a fucking lot to do. For when I'm here next time, we want to have a bridal fair. I would like to invite prospective brides who are going to have 3 packages available for them to view.
Yep.
You know, darling, this is your chance to show that you're really serious about this.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK. You know what you've got to do? Now you've just got to do it.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah. I think from today, it just put a lot of things into perspective, and I just definitely want to change everything that I've done so far.
I'm a little bit frustrated. You know, if I'm honest, they've had plenty of time to do this. And I know they say they've been busy.
I've got to admit, I am a little nervous about the fact that I've left the girls with so much to think about and so much to do. I just hope they've got enough energy and enough know-how to actually get it done.
So I'm in a rush this morning because Alex is coming back and I don't want her to see an unloved front of house because I do love it. Just forgot about it temporarily.
In Essex, sisters Frankie and Georgie are up against it.
There's 3 glasses, not the flutes, and it's to the right of the setting.
I've set them the task of hosting a bridal fair to show off their guest house and marquee.
I know that there's still quite a lot to do. I mean, that's a little bit like,
After the sisters' lacklustre performance last time I was here, I'm expecting them to have grown up, got the place spotless, and for their costings to be on the money.
I thought this would be a bit more of a glamorous day, you know, showing people around. Looks a bit better. I'll do a second coat later.
For weddings, you only get one chance to make a good first impression, and with their half-century family legacy on the line, they can't afford to get this wrong.
Hello, darlings.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, you look nice. Are you ready for action today?
I think so, yes. Well, how are you?
Good, I'm dying
Good.
to see. Do you want to show?
Yes, definitely.
Let's not waste any time. Oh, this is looking very, very pleasant.
Before, the marquee garden was an unattractive and unkempt space full of mismatched furniture. Now, hay bale seating provides wedding guests with space to relax, whilst new wooden candle holders help to frame the entrance to the marquee. Finally, there's an array of colourful new plants and greenery.
Are you pleased?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it definitely transforms the look from what we had before.
Yeah.
Should we go and have a look inside?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right,
Come through.
thank you. Ooh, what a difference a chair makes.
I know, these chairs are lovely,
Aren't
aren't
they lovely?
Previously, the inside of the marquee did anything but scream happiest day of my life. Now I've provided the sisters with a set of quality chairs, ivory tablecloths and candelabra, allowing them to leave the space permanently dressed. Georgie and Frankie have used this foundation to create 4 different styles.
So talk me through what I'm looking at here. I've got 4 different tableways. Are they different packages?
So they are different packages. So this table here is just like on the budget. And you've got the pink table.
Yeah, which is gorgeous.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And the green table in the middle that represents the silver and gold packages.
So bloody smart,
Yeah, it
darling.
does.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And what's also smart are the 3 new packages on offer.
I like relaxed bohemian and rustic ambience. That's very nice.
Each of which includes venue hire, grazing table buffet and bridal suite, as well as add-ons like afternoon tea and more rooms in the guest house, tying together the rest of the business.
Bridal suite for 2 nights stay, bed and breakfast. Very nice. A reception table and selection of flowers for table.
Ranging from a basic £5,550 for 60 guests to a peak pricing of a very reasonable £10,135.
So this is all costed out? Correctly?
Yes.
You sure you can make...
Thanks to you. And
You going to make money out of this, are you?
yeah.
Previously, the sisters were charging £3,000 to host a wedding. Now, even the cheapest package on offer will net them almost £4,500 in profit.
I love this.
Yeah.
All really nice. I think we've got about an hour before they arrive, so let's get on with it, shall we?
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
There's just enough time for us to add the final touches.
I think Georgie and Frankie have done a good job with the table setups. I'm so happy with this. This looks lovely.
That will help us demonstrate that a budget wedding
I think it gives a real flavour of what is possible here, and that's what we're trying to give people.
doesn't have to look cheap to be a success.
Come here and stand next to me and see if we fit. Yeah, because we don't need to be right in there.
Alex moves away.
I'd marry you. We've got the packages sorted out. The grazing table is being done. Almost there.
I've arranged for a group of prospective brides to pay a visit, impress them, and there's thousands of pounds to be made. But if they fail, their family legacy remains under threat.
Hiya.
Okay, it's so lovely to meet you.
So to light a fire under them, I'm forcing them to work alone, with each sister taking responsibility for showing off a different part of the venue.
Just through here. So we set up a little bit, you know, we try not to do too much. Like, the main guest house has got 4 more rooms, so you can have
the exclusive use if you need relatives or someone's coming from further afield to stay.
Very nice.
That's a big tick for Georgie for remembering to mention that they have additional rooms available.
Right, and come through.
Frankie also seems to be doing a good job showing off the new marquee garden.
So we've redone the garden.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So it's like a festival,
Yeah, I like
boho
it.
kind of thing.
It's a great space, isn't it, for
Yeah.
outdoor guests?
But one big question remains.
And the marquee's just this way.
Will any of our packages make our bride say I do?
Hello, thank you.
Can I tempt you with some Prosecco?
Oh, I'd be rude not to. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Or are our plans for a successful budget wedding venue getting jilted at the altar?
That grazing table looked ridiculous.
Yeah, that did look really nice, didn't it? But you can put the flowers and stuff as well, though.
Yeah.
Loved the accommodation, so I think this would be a contender for me and Tom, definitely. It's really good value for money, definitely. Really good. Your dad will be pleased.
Yeah.
So the venue is absolutely stunning. Really, really like it. I love the fact that it's chilled, it's relaxed. I think it would be perfect for us. I need to speak to fiancé and make sure that he's happy with it as well. But yeah, the space is brilliant. Yeah.
Well, I'd say that was a resounding success. Not only have the packages hit the mark, but Frankie and Georgie have grasped the nettle, taken ownership of their family business and its finances, and proved that they can market it too.
Have you enjoyed this process?
Yes.
Yeah.
Today's been amazing.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm really happy. And how everything looks as well, it just looks amazing.
I don't know if you feel like you feel a greater sense of ownership now?
Yeah, I think for me, I just feel like understanding your business is ownership.
I
And,
agree.
You know.
Yeah,
and take
I feel like that. I feel like now I feel more in control of our side.
I mean, I think you've got a nice little product here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And I think you're going to be successful. But I've done what I can. I really wish you luck.
Honestly, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
Keep in touch.
I promise I shall.
Yes.
Bye,
Thank
darlings.
you. See you later.
Well, I think that went as well as it could possibly go. I'm hoping that, you know, Georgie and Frankie have really learnt the importance of dotting the I's, crossing the T's, keeping an eye on their bottom line and being clear about who they are and what they can do here. It was really, the biggest change was in them, I think, rather than in the product.
No, at the beginning, we were very much like thinking that maybe in a year's time this wouldn't, like, we wouldn't be here. And I think before I saw that a lot, and now it's like really distant thought. Like it's just not even there anymore. I just think it's only good things from here.
When I met Trump, he had told me he never wanted to be president. All I had to do was sign this piece of paper to keep it quiet.
Yes, a UK exclusive, stormy, brand new Tuesday at 10. Next, True Crime, the Yorkshire Ripper speaks, the lost tapes.